Thank you for joining us for Faith and Yoga at St. Bartholomew's. I'd like to welcome everyone and wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving Day. This recording will be aired on Thanksgiving, so I'm happy to be part of your personal Thanksgiving Day, and I hope you'll take a little bit of time to join us in this practice. All month long, we've been setting our intention on a grateful energy flow. From 1 Thessalonians chapter 5:18, the verse says, "Give thanks in all circumstances." Well, if you've been watching TV or listening to the news, we're all aware that this Thanksgiving is going to be very, very different from what we're accustomed to in the past. But give thanks in all circumstances. And once again, happy Thanksgiving Day to every one of you. Do you think every day could be a Thanksgiving Day? Think about it. Every day, Thanksgiving Day. Now, I'm not talking about having turkey and sweet potatoes and gravy every day, but every day, could you think of one thing or many things to be thankful for? A woman I read about did a project to help herself and her family with this. I'm calling it Project Penny. A woman took a $10 bill to the bank and came back with 1,000 pennies. All through her home, she hid these pennies in the underwear drawers, behind a toothbrush, beside a washcloth, on the bookshelf, in the pantry. She hid 1,000 pennies. And whenever one of the family members found a penny, they were to just stop and take a moment and give thanks for something at that time. Having a little pause to be thankful. It was like a treasure hunt for joy seekers. Well, oh my goodness, there's a penny laying on the floor. Let me have a look. There's a penny. And there's something else with my penny. Well, I'd like to say I'm thankful for my yoga crew here at St. Bartholomew's, which helps me every week to have this practice to present to you. And I'm grateful for Aaron Porter and Glenn Gobrecht. Fred isn't with us today, but I'm also grateful for Fred. So those are three things I'm very, very thankful for. And because this Thanksgiving Day is going to be a little different, for my family, I had got something for my granddaughter. I'm going to step over here and get it. It's a turkey riddle book. She's in first grade and is a new reader, and she had a lot of fun reading these turkey riddles. So each one of us is going to share a turkey riddle with you. So, speaking of pennies, how is a penny like a turkey sitting on a fence? How is a penny like a turkey sitting on a fence? Heads on one side and tails on the other. Get it? Get it? Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Well, Glenn, did you look around? Did you find any pennies anywhere in your area?
Yes, I did.
Do you mind coming up to share?
I'm thankful for a new day today. God has given this gift of a new day for us. And I think there's a riddle on my card that says this: why isn't it safe for turkeys to do math? If they add 3 plus 5, they get 8.
Oh, my goodness. Hey, Erin, did you find any pennies laying around your area?
I did.
All right.
I did find a penny. And I'm thankful that all my loved ones have been healthy and safe with the virus going around thus far. And my turkey riddle is, what is a turkey's favorite day to celebrate? The day after Thanksgiving.
If they solve it.
for sharing your riddles with us. And maybe you would like to share these riddles and maybe even this penny project with your family. Doesn't have to be pennies, it could be quarters, it could be dollar bills, whatever you would like to do. You do it your way. But I think it's a nice little way to remember thankfulness. I do have a few other Bible verses I'd like to share with you. From Psalm 86, verse 12. I give thanks to you, O Lord, my God, with my whole heart, and I will glorify your name forever. All right, with that being said, we'll start with our breathing exercise, and I'll be right back with you. If you want to be wherever you're most comfortable, whether it's standing for you or in a seated position, we're going to do our de-stressor breath, which is 4 seconds with an inhalation and 7 seconds through the nose with an exhalation. So I'll count you off here. We'll get started. Breathing in through the nose. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then a long exhale through the nose for 7. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'll let you carry that through for a total of 5 cycles, starting now, and I'll notify you when we're ready to move on with our next part of the practice. So go ahead and let you count on your own. I'll count with you for this last one. Breathing in. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And an exhale. If it feels good to close your eyes, please do. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And let's just bring our hands to heart center for a moment here. Remembering this is to create a grateful energy flow, and that being not only our body is moving with gratefulness, but our mind also. So just take a moment with your thumbs against your sternum, hands to heart center, and one more breath in. Maybe thinking of one thing in particular of gratefulness today. And let your head just come down a little bit and relax for a moment. Okay. Last week we did the crossover walk, which I think we're going to do again this week. That helps with balance and it helps with warming up our hips. So if you want to start at the back part of your mat, whatever that is for you in whichever direction, we're just going to simply have our toes mid-center, and we're going to do the crosswalk. That right foot goes over to the left part of the mat, then to the right, hands out to make it easier, and come on over. When you're at the mat, you can step off and just turn yourself around. And reversing. I must say, I almost feel like a tight rope walker when I do that. Maybe you feel that way too. And when you end up at the end of your mat, we'll just join here together as well. And we're going to come to a seated position on the mat. To staff pose. Legs are out in front. Get yourself aligned so you're comfortable. And let's start, we're going to go back and forth between the bottom of our bodies and the top of our bodies. So we just did a little bit with our feet. So for right now, keep your feet flexed. Your back is straight. The crown of your head is up toward the ceiling. And we're going to start by just working our neck a little bit. So we're going to let our head come down, chin to chest or toward that area. Remembering to be aware of our breath. Returning the head to this normal position. Take a look to your right over your shoulder. Remembering to reposition your posture if you find yourself getting a little slumpy. And turning back to center. And then to the left. And back to center again. If your neck allows it, do a gentle lean back with your neck. And return to center. Now think of your nose as a crayon, and we're going to be drawing a circle with our nose. Your choice as to whether you want to start larger or smaller. But if you start large, go small. And if you start small, go large. And then reverse the direction. Coming to stillness again. We're going to close our eyes if that's comfortable for you, just to give our eyes a refresh. And then open the eyes. Eyes look up to the right corner of the room where you're in, or the area. And then down to the left corner of the room. Back to center. Up to the left corner. Ceiling-wise, and then down to the right corner of the room. We're going to take our shoulders and roll them back. Now we're going to roll them forward. And we're going to move down to our feet. They've been flexed for a while. So let's let those feet drop open to the side. Come out like this to the side. And back to center. And open them up again. We're going to do some pointing with our feet and flex. Some point and flex. And if you feel that you're ready, let your arms come up and do a lean down towards your toes if you're able to. You can grab that big toe, just work that back and forth a little bit just to wake it up. Arms come back up and let them come down at your side. We're going to bring shoulders up towards ears, doing a shoulder shrug, up and down, up and down. And two more. Okay. Moving on to our arms, we're going to put our arm out alongside us. We're going to grasp the left arm around the elbow and gently, very gently, pull it across your chest. Once again, being aware that you're breathing in and out. And when you're ready, release. And we're going to do the same with the other arm. Left arm goes out, right arm holds that elbow and gently pulls it across your chest. And you can let your arm go back again. We're going to do a little bit with our feet again. We're going to bend our knee and put our foot on the sole of the feet. And we're just going to let our leg open to the right, kind of like an open half cobbler to the side like that. Kind of get the hip opened up. Let's do that 3 times. Let it fall to the right. Opening it up like you would a book. Okay, replacing that leg and bringing that left leg in and letting that one fall open. You might find, which I truly do, that one leg is much more cooperative and mobile than the other leg. And replacing that leg back down again. We're going to go move back up here to our torso. Arms go out in front of us. Hands, palms are facing each other. And we're going to take a wide open up here, a heart opener. And when you get that you're open wide, if you can go back just a little bit farther and come across and give yourself a hug. Pull in nice, pull in the shoulders. And then release, noting which hand you have on top, because we want to reverse it next time. Open up, a little farther open, and across with the other hand on top. Good. And we're going to take a look at our hands now in prayer position. Let's put that thumb at our sternum here. And once more, take a deep breath in and out through the nose. Once again, taking a look at your hand, closing your fingers in, and then open. Close those hands, and open, and close, and open. Turn those hands over so palms are facing down, and we're going to do some circles with the wrists. Your choice as to which direction you go in. And do 5 circles in each direction. And then back again. Coming to stillness, let your hands open up. Put your hands up like you're saying to someone, please stop. And take a moment and bring those hands, the fingers back with the opposite hands. Be gentle with yourselves, just give it a little stretch. And then do your other hand. Okay, good. We're going to move back down to our legs again. We're going to bend your right knee, taking your foot into your left hand, and we're going to do some gentle hip circles in each direction. And then reversing. And when you're ready, to stillness and switching out for the other leg. Knee is bent. That right hand takes the foot. And let's do some hip circles in each direction on the left side. In the opposite direction. Now I'm going to ask you to lie down on your mat. Knees are bent. Feet are flat on the floor. We're going to cross the left leg over the right. Arms are extended at the side. Legs are going to fall to the right. And if you're able, take your gaze over to the left for a nice little stretch. Returning to center. Legs are uncrossed. Give yourself a moment if you need to windshield wiper that lower back a little bit. The right leg lifts up and crosses over the left this time. And we let it fall to the left side and our gaze looks over to the right. One more breath here. And returning to center. And let your legs windshield wiper again a little bit, loosening up that lower back. We're going to put our hands down by our side, down by our hips. And we're going to walk our feet, the heels, back towards our fingers, preparing for bridge. And walking them back towards our fingertips. And when you feel that your legs are in the right position, engage your core, strong legs, and lift those legs up towards the sky. Hands can remain on the mat, or if you want, you can hold them together for a bound bridge. We're going to hold for a few breaths here. Stay strong in those legs. Three more breaths, counting in for 4. When you're ready, you may replace your hands if you had them bound and slowly lower your spine back down. And let your legs stretch out. Once again, as we did before, your feet are together and they're flexed. We're going to open them up to the side and bring them back and forth together a few times. You can come to stillness, and I will meet you together in tabletop position on the mat. So give yourself just a moment. If you need to get a drink, go ahead. Get yourself comfortable. If you need to get yourself moving a little bit, please do. But then think about your alignment for tabletop. We're like 4 pillars here, or posts. We have our shoulders stacked over our wrists and elbows. Our knees and hips are aligned. We should be able to look back and not see our feet. Our toenails are pressed into the mat. And we're going to begin with our cat-cow sequence. So when you're ready, we're going to start with an inhalation. Inhalation, belly drops, Spine curves down, gaze looks up for cow. And when you're ready on the exhale, pull that navel into your spine and your spine arches up as you get strong and push away for cat. Inhale, belly drops, gaze looks up for cow. Inhale, pull that navel into your spine, push away for cat. Toenails are against the mat. We're going to tuck our toes a little bit and walk our hands back toward our thighs and come to a hero pose. If you're able to sit all the way back on your legs, please do. I have a little bit of trouble with that, a little bit of uncomfortableness, but if you're able to do it, please do. And once again, let's take notice of our hands. Do your hands need to be loosened up a little bit? You can work them in each direction. And taking a moment again to pretend we found a penny and think about what we're thankful for. As I speak aloud what I'm thankful for a soft, comfortable yoga mat. Glenn, is there one thing you'd like to shout out that you're thankful for while we have this moment?
The singing voice the Lord has given me, and I hope it works better today than it's been.
Very good. And Erin, do you have one you'd like to share?
Good food.
Good food. Amen to that. Coming up. All right. Taking that, let's go back down to tabletop position. Untuck those toes. We're going to prepare for spinal balance. If you need to shake those legs out a little bit, stretch them out behind you, please do. Okay, so once again, rechecking your position. Make sure you're pressing into all points of your hands, not just one or 2 points there. And when you're ready, let's send that right leg back. Toes point down. And when you're ready, left hand goes out as if you would be shaking someone's hand. Two more breaths here. And bringing that back in. Giving yourself a little time to readjust. Loosen your back. Let's send that left foot back. The toes are pointing down. When you're ready, right hand goes out. And 2 breaths here. And bringing it back. Okay. Now let's prepare for our kickstand here. We're into our left hand and our right foot is set for kickstand as we do a heart opener. Open up to the sky. And we let ourselves come back down. Bring that right knee back and set yourself up on the other side. Left foot goes back. Arm comes up to open up to the sky. And release, and we'll come back down. We're going to take a moment in child's pose. So let those 2 big toes come together, nudging each other, and let your hips go back. Arms stretch out in front of you. Let your heart and head melt down into your mat. Move your hands out so the pinkies on each side are reaching toward the far corner of your mat. And now let your head go down for more of a shoulder stretch. And if that's too much for you, just bring your hands back and be as we were before. Just taking one more moment here before we start our yoga flow. And then preparing for down dog. Come back up to the position of tabletop. We're gonna tuck our toes and prepare to lift up for down dog. So when you're ready, join me. Up we go. Hips up to the sky. Pedaling our feet out. Being strong in the arms and your shoulders here. And if you feel comfortable and are able to, take one step out with that right foot off the mat. And bring it back to the mat. Taking that left foot off the mat. And bringing it back. Still pedaling out a little bit. We're going to take that right foot and lift it high. Three-legged dog. And replace that to the mat. Staying strong. If at any time you need to stop, just please take a child's pose. Left foot goes up high. Stay strong. And come back down. Still pedaling those knees. Preparing for pigeon pose, where we're going to take our right foot and bring it forward, crossing it in front of us. Left foot extends back. I think we're going to officially call this turkey pose for today, just because we can. If you're comfortable like this, that's great. If you feel that you'd like to come down to the mat, you may.